In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college football games happening on August 27, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Stephen F. Austin versus Houston. Houston opens 2025 with more buzz than a year ago, and the Cougars look built to justify it. Their defense projects as a top 50 unit once again, while an offense that sputtered through 2024 now features more speed and a seasoned play caller at quarterback. Stephen F. Austin hung around with North Texas last fall, but lining up against a Big 12 roster is another matter. With Rice looming next week, the starters might tap out early, yet Houston's depth, especially on defense, should still stretch the margin. As our first pick for this matchup, the Houston Cougars to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Stephen F. Austin returns quarterback Sam Vidlak plus almost its entire offensive line, and the Lumberjacks are stocked with playmakers at receiver and running back. Even so, they face a Cougar defense that can rotate waves of athletes and disguise pressure. On the other side, Houston's retooled offense ought to be better than last season's version, but early timing hiccups are likely, and a comfortable lead could shift the Cougars into cruise control. Those ingredients point to fewer combined points than the books expect. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Alabama State versus UAB. These programs have shared a field only a handful of times, with the most recent clash taking place in Birmingham back in 2019 when UAB eked out a 24-19 victory. Alabama State not only covered the number in that matchup, the game also stayed below the total. The Blazers again enter as home favorites, mostly thanks to an offense that averaged roughly 3.5 more points per game than the Hornets last season. Alabama State, however, boasts a defense that was far stingier, allowing less than half the points UAB surrendered while giving up fewer rushing and passing yards. Factor in that the Hornets more than doubled UAB's win total, and the underdog looks plenty live, even on the road in a season opener. As our first pick for this matchup, the Alabama State Hornets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. A season ago, UAB produced 26 points per outing, but was torched for 34.3 on the defensive side, tallying 130.9 rushing yards and 261.6 passing yards while conceding 212.9 on the ground and 180.3 through the air. Alabama State answered with 23 points per game and a defense that clamped down to 17 points allowed, churning out 169 rushing yards and 143.8 passing yards while limiting opponents to 106.3 on the ground and 159.1 through the air. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Nebraska versus Cincinnati. The Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Cincinnati Bearcats square off on Thursday night at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City in a high-profile non-conference matchup. I just think that there's optimism with Nebraska for a reason, as the Cornhuskers are as loaded as they've been in recent memory for me. Cincinnati's still a solid team, and I think the Bearcats are going to take a step forward in 2025, and that likely includes a bowl game. However, in Game 1, I still think that Nebraska just ends up being too much in what's a bit of a coming-out party for Dylan Raiola for the 2025 season. As our first pick for this matchup, the Nebraska Cornhuskers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. I expect struggles early on as new players adjust and get the butterflies out of their stomachs. Nebraska's defense will be the highlight factor in this one, as they held teams like Ohio State to only 21 points last year. Cincinnati averaged only 15 points per game in their final 3 games of 2024, so I feel more comfortable taking the under here. The Bearcats are 3-6-1 on the under in their last 10, and Nebraska is 6-3 in their last 9 on the under. The total is a bit high for me, considering both teams averaged under 26 points per game on offense and gave up only 48 points combined on defense. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami, Ohio versus Wisconsin. The college season begins Thursday afternoon with a trip to Camp Randall, where the Miami, Ohio Redhawks square off against the Wisconsin Badgers. Wisconsin's brand name understandably pushes the spread into double-digit territory, yet it feels like oddsmakers are giving Miami, Ohio far too little credit. The Redhawks still have pieces from last year's top 25 defense even after losing 7 starters, and now they hand the offense to transfer quarterback DeQuan Finn, who can move the chains through the air or on the ground. Recent trends back the visitors too. Miami has covered 6 of its last 9 when catching double figures, while Wisconsin has failed to cash in 6 of its last 8 as a big favorite. I'm not saying the Badgers are frauds, but this line assumes a level of dominance they haven't shown, and I'm comfortable betting that the Redhawks can hang within 2 touchdowns. As our first pick for this matchup, the Miami, Ohio Redhawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Most of the time, you'd pair an underdog cover with a low-scoring script, but both offenses carry upside that nudges me the other way. Finn's dual threat ability plus a batch of new Miami receivers creates home run potential, and Wisconsin's attack should be more balanced, with Billy Edwards Jr. distributing the ball while the ground game pounds away. Neither defense is a lock to repeat last year's top 50 scoring status, and if they slip even a little, big plays could stack up quickly. I'd rather ride the offensive talent than sweat out a defensive slugfest. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Stony Brook versus San Diego State. Nobody's overlooking the Seawolves this season, but the roster still has the horsepower to stack plenty of wins. It may take a couple of games to figure out exactly what the new quarterback room can deliver, yet the surrounding talent should keep the offense humming in the meantime. Replacing reliable targets like Josiah Williams and Cal Redmond won't be easy, but the opening opponent isn't a buzzsaw, so I expect Stony Brook to hit the ground throwing. As our first pick for this matchup, the Stony Brook Seawolves to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. With fresh faces at quarterback and receiver, early hiccups feel inevitable, while the defense returns enough experience to keep things tidy. The other sideline doesn't profile as an explosive unit either, suggesting we'll see a methodical, field position battle rather than a track meet. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.